excited about this weekend. Not only is it our first national holiday in nearly 4.5 months, but it's also, of course, the end of the Rugby World Cup, the big grand final on Sunday night. So we've got all the weather for that and of course your long weekend. So we'll get into it quickly. Let's start off with the satellite map in motion. And look, big high out here in the Tassie, and that's coming our way for the weekend. Before it gets there, we do have some cloud associated with a front actually that's just brushing up the east coast of the South Island as we go through Friday. It'll bring in some showers overnight and into Saturday as well for the North Islands. East coast mostly, because this high up here is slowly starting to drift over the northern part of the country. And as it does that, as the air pressure starts to lift up here in the north, it really pushes back against that rain that's trying to move northward. So there might be an isolated shower this weekend across the country, but really it's looking fairly dry. So let's start off with the rain maps. We'll see where we're at. This is the Friday afternoon one. And here is that band of rain and showers I'm telling you about. Note the wind flow. It's a strengthening southwesterly actually for northern areas. And then it goes down, it changes a bit more southerly behind that front, but it doesn't take long before it turns back to a westerly. So it'll be a short-lived cool southerly, not a particularly cold one. Now for tonight's game, we do have, of course, the Wallabies playing Wales at Eden Park, 8:30, and look, the wind flows southwesterlies. These isobars starting to squeeze up just a wee bit, and there could be, just could be, a shower, but I really don't see it. I mean, neither do weathermen who make these maps. So it's looking good for tonight at Eden Park if you're going along to that. Now, if you're heading away this weekend, here is the picture for Saturday, and it doesn't look bad at all. The showers that were moving up the country already starting to shift this way. We sometimes forget that as systems are moving northwards, they're also going that way as well. So they move away from us as they do in this flow, as that westerly really railroads it away. So we have a mostly calm day on Saturday. Once those winds die down, it might be still a bit windy around Auckland, Wellington and some other exposed sort of areas around the coastlines, but those winds are easing. And you'll see that when we go into Sunday's map now, we can see the isobars very much spaced apart. So Sunday's looking fairly calm across New Zealand. This little isobar here does get close to this one. So there might be a bit of a southwest breeze perhaps for some areas, but it won't be very strong. Chance of a shower, well, we see a little couple of blobs here and there out to sea. There's a risk of an isolated shower, but I would say there is a less than 10% chance, so it's not bad. Now for the big game, of course. Oh, by the way, the jersey I'm wearing, 1905 Originals All Blacks jersey. Very proud to be wearing it right now. And of course for the game, 9 o'clock. This is the 9 o'clock map on Sunday night. And look at that, very little in the way of wind. Maybe a couple of showers we see out here. So I guess that's probably why the computer data is saying there's a 10% chance of a shower. It'll be isolated if there is one. So it's looking mostly dry, a few clouds, maybe a southwest wind, very gentle breeze and temperature of around 13 degrees. And on Monday, Labor Day Monday, look at this cool map. Here is the big front that's coming in from the southwest. Very strong winds ahead of it. There'll be gales in some exposed areas. So if you're flying out of Invercargill, Queenstown or Dunedin, particularly if you're going on a smaller plane, you might just want to be a little bit aware of weather conditions and check the airports and the airlines on Monday about that one. Heavy rain coming in. There'll be rain warnings likely for Fiordland, so keep that in mind if you're going tramping. And they may also spread up the west coast. Not guaranteed that will happen, but judging by this rain map, it certainly looks like it. And for those of you on the North Island, that high very much in control. And by the way, nor'westers means warm weather for those of you in the east. Whew, lot to cover. Go the All Blacks. It's going to be a fantastic weekend.